Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lavella. We are continuing our single player Let's Play. This is Minecraft 1.16.2 Java. We are working on the farming district of our swamp village that we're building. And I went ahead and I got a little carried away. Uh, I went to go get stuff to finish the roof, around the edge, like I said I would. And I went ahead and trimmed the windows. I had to take that down to too tall so I could put the trap doors on it. This side over here, because of that wall fence thing, we can't do any window boxes here, which is fine. But when we do like the yard, the landscaping here, we'll probably put some flower bushes here, so there'll still be color coming through the window. So we'll do that. I went ahead and, of course, I hung the lanterns and I put this door in. But anyway, when I had come back, these torches were not here. I had not torched up the house inside at the top or the bottom. And when I came back, there were two creepers waiting for me. Didn't even see them. I walked into the house and I heard boom. And I jumped and then I heard boom. They blew out this whole corner of the house and a huge crater over here. And then I went upstairs and there was a spider waiting for me. So yeah, I had to torch it up. But anyway, this is what we're looking at for the top. And I hope you're not upset that I finished it without you. But considering it's the same process that we did on 3 other houses already, I didn't think it would be too much of a surprise. So I went ahead and got it finished. I don't think I lost any stairs up around the edge. Okay, no. All the damage was down here. I did go ahead and change out that cobble for the oak logs. I kind of wanted to do the oak and cobble as a throwback to the original villages with the game generation, the old school.
Power off.
Oh, my stupid Bluetooth. I always forget to turn that off. Sorry. Um, but when we looked at it in the last episode, it wasn't one of those things where I could say, okay, well, I'm not real sure. That's a maybe. Let me come back to that. Let me let it simmer. I looked at it and it was just instant. Can't do it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Can't do it. There was no room for pondering. Normally, when I build something, if I'm not sure about it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave it for a little bit, see if I like it later. Because sometimes, just because it's not what you had in mind initially, doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. So I try to give it a chance, and I come back and I look at it. And there are times that once I've stepped away from it and I've come back, I'm like, that really is a good look for this build. So I I didn't even give it that chance because I just looked at it and my brain just said, I hate this. There was no there was no, well, maybe nah. No, it was just an absolute 100% big bag of nope, as Impulse would say. Okay. So, what we're going to do today, we need roadways. And yes, we need to do the yard, and yes, we need to do the interiors, but we're going to save that because I do have to go to work today. Even though I still don't feel good. I have to go to work today and be a grown up and just suck it up and deal with it because I have bills to pay. And interior, I tend to get into a zone, and I cannot afford to make myself late for work because I'm playing a video game. That's just not saying it's never happened. I've been gaming for many years. It has happened in the past. But it is not something that should happen, especially on a regular basis. So, first thing I'm going to do, let's go ahead and extend this out so I have somewhere to walk. I want this to be a main pathway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not sure how far out, how big the pathway should be. The thing is, I want enough space, and I've mentioned this before, and I thought, we'll sit on it and let the brain bubble, but my concept hasn't changed. It's just the implementation has not become perfectly clear. So, as Corrales would say, just place a block. Because a lot of times that's all it takes. You get Minecraft version of writer's block, and you can look at something and look at something and look at something, and you're like, okay, how do I start this? Just start throwing blocks down. Doesn't matter what they are, if you intend to keep them, if they're your most hated block, your most favorite block, it doesn't matter. Just start throwing put blocks down. Just start putting blocks down. And once you start putting blocks down, it starts to unlock, at least for me, it starts to unlock the creative, this is what I wanted, or now I know what I want to do, or okay, I know I don't want this, but let's try this instead. And then next thing you know, you're on your way. Okay, I know we're having to go roundabout. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get this in. I want to get a design for the main pathway so we can put that in on both sides. The house is on this side, the doors face this way. This will be a main pathway. House is on that side, the doors will face that way. There'll be a main pathway over there. Then on the sides, on that side over there and on this side over here, there'll be alleyways. So this will be roomy and the alleys will be small. The alleys will be a minimum of 3 blocks. Maybe go to 5. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be 3. And considering the amount of space we're taking up, and this is only one district, and I have no idea how many districts we're going to need, that's one reason I'm hesitating on how wide to make this pathway. Because I really don't want to take that mountain down. We're going to have to figure this out. So, we've come too far to go back. I don't want to change this. Okay, so let's plan this out. Okay, this is the guy's front door, so we're good there. They have a step. So if we do sidewalk, and then already. I started recording right after I slept. Right after I slept. I might have delayed 20 seconds already having it sleep. Okay. Okay, so sidewalk here. And one. Mm, hang on, let's do this. I know I shouldn't because I'm gonna want this space and I'm gonna go, oh my gosh, I knew I needed more space. And what did I do? I wasted it on sidewalks. I don't really want the sidewalk to be the same size as the alley, is the problem. Okay. And I'm calling it a sidewalk. I really don't know what the proper term is, and I'm really not going to lose a whole lot of sleep over it. If you know what I should be calling it and you want to put it in the comments, when I see it, I will be happy to acknowledge it. Okay. So, this is the main walkway. We need to leave some kind of a gap for the water. Hmm. Okay, hang on, let's take this out. I need those blocks. Okay, so if we make the waterway 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we put let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're standing on 5. Hit the right keys, Lavella. And we come across this way. I'm gonna need a lot more dirt. More dirt, more dirt. And once we get this designed out, this is something I can work on off camera while I'm watching the shows. Well, let's go ahead and leave this here so we can use it to walk around. Okay. need to make a way to get up here without having to go all the way around and around and around and around. Let's come up from this way. Okay, so we have I need to count. It'll be easier to count it down here. This is all lined up. Okay. Good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. No, 38. That's 38. That's easier than me trying to see the breaks in these blocks. Okay, so 38. And that does include underneath that stair. So, $38. 1, 2. Okay, let's get up here. It'll be easier to hang and slab. I know there's another one over there. I'm not going to get it. That one was close. Okay, so we'll use up these. In my opinion, planning a town is a little more difficult than actually building one. I could be wrong, but for me, that's how it feels. Okay. Seriously, already? It really frustrates me. I know I whine about it all through every episode, and I'm sorry. I am sorry. If I could make it to where these words do not come out of my, well, I can because I have control over what I say. Sometimes my filter doesn't work. If there weren't so many other factors affected, I would play in peaceful, just for this very reason, just so I could keep going regardless. Let's see if I match this up right. Wow, would you look at that? Talk about skill. And then I double place the block. Of course I'm out. Alright. I'm gonna make more. Okay. Well, it looks like the only thing we're getting done today is planning out the road. Or the I guess thoroughfare would be a more appropriate term. Waterway. I don't know. I should probably pick up a dictionary. Or Google one. Okay, so, what am I doing? Why'd you guys let me do that? That's the waterway. I did it earlier just to measure it out. We'll use the Deut. Okay. No. Oh, for Pete's sake. Had it right the first time. That's why you guys let me do it, because it wasn't wrong. Get on my, no I didn't. One of my favorite things about the aquatic update is the fact that the items float now. I think the alleyways, instead of being this nice pretty brick, I think it's just going to be cobble slabs. I think that would make sense. That we wouldn't waste as much effort on the alleys. Or the town wouldn't. And we might even let some of the lights burn out or whatever. They put it on lower slabs maybe so stuff can't spawn. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how far I want to take the lore or the realism. And I know you can just drag, but every time I try to hurry and just drag, I tend to place more blocks than I want. So it seems. Okay, that wasn't bad. Only one misplaced block here. Not horrible. Okay, so the only problem I have. Oh, well, we still have to put the lower slabs in, that's why. Because this is what's going to happen. We're going to put lower slabs. Can they get up? Yes. Oh. We may have to put a stair here instead. So these people and myself can easily access this house. See, these are upper slabs, top slabs. These are lower slabs. So now nothing will be able to spawn here. I don't know about you, but placing this brick on brick, sometimes it does my eyeballs in. Okay, so basically, this is their sidewalk. And then they can come over here and come down to the waterway where they can take boats to travel within the town or out of town to another village to trade or whatever, you know. We're assuming, as far as lore goes, that these are actual people, not just, you know, AI. We're trying to build a story here. So, they can take the boat over to the L, hop on the L, and go visit the other villagers where their second cousins live. I don't know. And then we'll have facing the wrong way. And then we'll have we'll have to have ways for them to get, or me, to get up and down from the waterway to access boats. So we're gonna have to have like ladders or some kind of a, probably some ladders scattered around in certain places, but then have like a main stairway down to a dock of some kind, or a pier, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll have little footbridges every so often, maybe like once in between, like have a bridge here, and then when we get the next quadrant, they'll have a bridge there, and like on the other side over there, there'll be a bridge over there, so that it's easy to get from one quadrant to the other. Does that sound like a plan? I think it does. I would like to at least finish this section before we end the video. Of course, we ran out. And of course, it's time to sleep. Okay, well, I guess that's a good time to stop. Yeah, like I said, I don't need the critters and the uglies and the creepy crawlies coming and trying to eat my face. Not worried about them trying to eat my brains. Those are old and they're not fresh anymore, so they probably wouldn't want them. Okay, so we're going to call it good right here. And when we come back, we will do a layout for the alley. And then off camera, I will work on these thoroughfares, waterways, pathways, sidewalks, alleyways, whatever the proper terminology is. I am allowing for the fact that I'm probably not using the right one. Again, if you know what it is, please feel free to inform me, but in English, because that's the only language I speak, and I probably don't do that very well. Thank you again, and we will see you later.